Alrighty, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to a brand new review. Today I'll be talking about how I'm up a little bit over $22,000 day trading today with my community going 1-0. So yeah, if we get into it and we're able to talk about the trading day, what we could do is start off with my higher time frame look. Now, coming into the open, I wasn't really one-sided here. I felt price was still in range. We weren't seeing price be predominant in either side. So for me specifically, I wasn't ultra bullish, ultra bearish here. However, off the open, I initially was potentially leaning some downside because of the fact that price off the opening range move was initially bearish. We also had seen price kind of sweep our hourly external swing point on ES here, right? If we go to ES real quick for that bigger time frame look, um, this external high right here, which was yesterday's PDL or PDH level, got taken out, and NQ actually did not end up taking that high out. So we had some bearish SMT, and we also had some downside, interest, and the opening range move was quite bearish. So for me specifically, as you guys know, with the opening range move, it's not per se the initial move, it's the reaction to the initial move that really helps with my bias. And so for me specifically, although I was a bit more bearish than I was anything, I wasn't extremely bearish here, like I said, because higher time frame wasn't very clear. I more so waited with my community, and essentially we ended up seeing price kind of build back up here. And after the initial take of low, we see price react in a bullish manner by creating a new high right after this internal high, and also retracing and creating a higher low. We then end up seeing price shoot up higher, and then we end up seeing price ultimately come back up here and draw into this London high. Now, a key component with my bias today, and the reason I feel like I was able to take a long here comfortably, is because although I was initially bearish, I was able to flip, and we were able to see that price off the London high was taken, and then we were able to see price expand past that London high. So we see a high get taken out, and price showcases no interest in reversal back down here, and price more so showcases interest in driving back up higher here. I will say the bummer part about this trading day is that we had a very little retrace off the open. And aside from the open, up until this point right here, which is where we take our entry, there is not much opportunity in the market. So it's one of those days where as soon as price goes, it goes. So yeah, pretty tough day. Not many entries, but we do end up capitalizing off our entry, which our entry happened to be a 1 minute bullish fair value gap hold, where we then end up taking longs and we end up seeing price simply go off the confirmation. If you're curious on the confirmation off this trade, off this rebalance, we end up tapping the CE, essentially the midpoint. We end up seeing price come up here. We end up seeing price tap, or more so look to rebalance back up, and I end up taking my trade at 10:12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is when my confirmation hit. That is when I alerted along with my community. Right here, I said I potential long. We could have a 4-hour and hourly fair value gap fill in 25,186. That would be more so my interested target for bias clearing up. You see me kind of mention that, showcase the visual of exactly what I wanted with this 1 minute gap, which was a retracement, a CE tap preferably. Didn't have to, but preferably. We end up seeing price do that and essentially offer entry confirmation. You see me mention I am long at 11:13 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or excuse me, no, 11:13 a.m. my time. I'm in Puerto Rico. This would be 10:13 Eastern Standard Time. So it's the start of this candle here. So as soon as this candle closed, boom, I'm long. Execute on live. We end up taking the trade, and we end up doing a phenomenal job of taking this trade. We then end up going risk free, right? And I said it's going break even stops here. Don't like how price is slowing down. Risk free makes sense. So if you watched back to yesterday's review, I think one of the big components as to why I was taking a couple more losers than usual is because of the fact that I was a lot more optimistic in price than price was in itself. And so today, what we ended up doing on the contrary was more so essentially tightening up our risk. Went break even a bit sooner than usual. We also ended up trailing stops later on in this trade a bit sooner than usual. And we ended up realizing this trade a lot more profitable than had I been as loose as I was yesterday. So we kind of go down here. We see price initially take out that first level in the hourly gap CE midpoint. This is an area of interest where I did end up saying, right, hourly gap CE at 25,109 is my break even. I was initially a break even, then I ended up moving my break even. And then I said, can also be a target for TP if you like here. So this take profit one here, this area of interest is a 1.5 draw of interest, or 1.5 R in terms of the draw. And we end up seeing price come up here and absolutely smash it, which was really nice. Then we eventually ended up trailing and eventually getting trailed out of this position. Again, today I kept trail stops a lot tighter than usual. We ended up seeing price trail. And then this is my day. I realized my risk on this trade here was, I believe, around $8,000. I usually go a bit more. than that. But today I went a little bit less just because this is a new experience for me, showcasing like my live account executions. So I don't know, maybe just a psych thing. Just for today, I'm downsizing. Tomorrow, back to essentially the same risk. Just wanted to get a bit comfy to it. And yes, today I'm up a little bit over $8,000 on the trading day on my live account, logged right here with you guys, taken live as well. And these are the Lucid accounts realized at about a $500 gain per account. So a good compound day. And capitalize well. Monday green, today green, yesterday was red. So we'll see how price continues to move on this week forward, moving forward. But a good adjustment off yesterday, I'd say, and a good opportunity in which we capitalized today. So hopefully you guys enjoy this recap. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one, and peace out.